For 2024, what I want to see happening in sort of the world, personally for me, is a free Palestine. That's just my prerogative. This thing has been going on. That what's went on after October 7th has been just wild on both sides. And if there's one thing that I would hope that this year kind of brings a conclusion to is that conflict. I know it's kind of like utopian thinking, but if I were to put my wishes in a basket, I'd probably put it there right now. How about you guys? You guys have any goals for the universe this year?
Well, that's certainly a worthwhile wish. I'm firmly in the camp of environmental rehabilitation, because without the environment, everything else doesn't matter. Zero matters. If we don't have a planet to live on, and it's constantly plagued with wildfire and flood and all these various things that we know are a result of climate change. Nothing else matters. Doesn't matter, you can want all the love in the world. There aren't going to be people around to love in the world without a livable climate. So environmental change, personally, I don't think it's going to happen.
Right now, we're just talking about our utopian vision. I don't think that,
Yeah, I would say environment.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, utopia would be sharing of wealth. I think you have too many or not enough people at the top who control the wealth, and it's not being shared with everyone. Like, there's so much starvation in the world. There's war. Like, you look at what's going on in the Congo. They're being the mining for their natural resources. They're being exploited, and that's to create products for our consumption and to make some company, some person up at the top very rich, and they're not even getting a fraction of what is being generated, the revenue that's being generated from them working in these mines. So in general, I just think people sharing of wealth would be a great
thing to kind of see happen in the market
in 2024.
Yeah. I think we're all kind of on the same page. I'm going to do a blanket statement and say something like, I just want people to care a little bit more, not a little bit more, a lot more about humanity as a whole. And that encompasses all of these things. Just care a little bit more for your fellow people, regardless of race and gender and ethnicity and sex and age and all of that shit. When you care about your community and your fellow people, you end up caring about your environment. You end up caring about wealth distribution, and you end up caring about solving these complex conflicts that are just horrendous. Just take a second and step out of your own personal shit and start thinking about others a little bit more.
I think that's been a conservative talking point. Has been, I mean, they don't say it in those words, but they say we need to bring back the family unit and then the church and the community, not so individualistic. I've heard that being kind of a talking point. They use it in a completely different meaning. They don't mean it for the environment. I think they hate paper straws, but they do say that they see a breakdown in society because of a loss of that family unit. There's no such thing as a generational home anymore. If you talk to your grandparents, they've probably been in the home that their parents and their parents lived in, whereas now, you turn 16 and it's sayonara, and then you're kind of gone. Well, now actually nobody can afford a house, so that doesn't happen anymore, but it's not by choice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.